my name's Dylan Sadiq, better known as the College Cuber on social media, and I make sports portraits of athletes for professional sports teams.
What's up, guys? It's Aliyah, and welcome to another episode of the Sports with Aliyah talk show. But this time we're on Zoom with my guy Dylan. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Well, I'm good. So the first time we ever met, I knew exactly that we would hit it off and that I would want to do content with you. So I'm so excited that you're here because you're just so cool. I love it.
Thank you so much.
So do you want to tell kind of a background of what you do and how you kind of got started in it?
Okay, yeah. So to clarify, I make portraits of athletes out of Rubik's cubes, and I started this in April of this year. So that's about 5 months ago, right? So about 5 months ago, I started this, and the way I got started, I already knew how to solve a Rubik's cube. That's like a common thing when you're like a 10-year-old boy. You always try to figure out a Rubik's cube. So I knew how to solve a Rubik's cube, and I've seen similar videos online, especially with the company Rubik's. They have like their own space called Rubik's Mosaics. So I've seen these videos. They're really interesting, so creative. So I wanted to try myself. So obviously the biggest first step was I had to purchase like 600 cubes, which was not easy. But after I got my cubes, I still didn't know what I was doing. Like I didn't have a plan. I was just like, well, I already invested all my money into this, so let me try to figure it out. But yeah, my first attempt ever is my first video that's posted on my account. That was my first try ever. I made Luka Doncic and the Dallas Mavs, got the chance to see it.
That's crazy. So let's just take it back because I did put on my Instagram story like a little question box, and you say it so casually, but Rubik's cubes are hard to solve. So
yeah.
Did it just come naturally to you, and how fast can you solve one normally?
Okay, yeah. So Rubik's cubes, they are pretty difficult to solve, but you get the hang of it. It's like riding a bike. Like after you learn, you just do it. I have this is my desk right now. I'm not landing. I have a cube right here. I got 3 cubes right here. I have a mini cube right here. This is what I do. When in between classes or even when I'm talking to my friends on the phone, you'll see me I'm just solving cubes all the time. So of course I'm used to it, but in the beginning it was very difficult. It took me about a week of nonstop, from not knowing anything. Like I said, I was only 10 years old, but nonstop for a week straight, I learned how to solve the cube, and it's just YouTube videos. You learn everything on YouTube. So I figured it out pretty fast. My record time, honestly, I get a little embarrassed about my record time, especially because I know you hear things online oh, he finishes in 15 seconds and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm definitely not one of those guys. Yeah. There's a difference. There's a difference between speed cubers and I'm I'm an artist. It's not really about speed. But I think my record time might be a minute.
That's maybe a minute. Super impressive.
Yeah. But I get embarrassed. I'm definitely the most skilled I've ever been in my life. And I don't like to record my time because I feel I'll get disappointed. Damn, I'll be at a minute 45. That's pretty embarrassing. So
yeah.
No, but I think I can get it down to a minute.
Yeah. And before we get into the logistics of what you do, when you told me about how you started and kind of during the pandemic when you didn't really know what you wanted to do, can you just kind of talk about that? How you kind of navigated through all of that uncertainty and everything of that nature. So what was that for you?
Yeah, so of course quarantine changed everybody's life. That was very difficult on everybody. So I have a lot of background. I'll get into it later, but basically during quarantine I tried a lot of different things. It's not I just always knew I wanted to do this. It was a very spontaneous thing for me. So one of the things that I tried during quarantine period, I planned, I always knew I wanted to make a business, and I had a decent amount of income or capital that I could play with. So I started something completely different. I have a pressure washing business. I'll get into that later, but I tried, you see what I'm saying? I tried, that was a huge plan for me. I set out months and months, probably 10 months of planning to start that. and that's what I was really getting into. And I launched that in March. But then I started the College Cuber in April.
That's
So
crazy.
so I like that didn't even like, I'm not saying it didn't last, but my attention span for that was very small. Like I switched up real quick. Um, so yeah, like I said, my point is like I tried a bunch of different things. I was always just trying to get something new because we were bored. Like we were
Yeah.
all bored. We were sitting home. I had nothing to do. But yeah, like I figured it out. And now this is what I do all the time, all day, every day.
Yeah. So it's just so insane to me because it's, such an artistry, but also so strategic. So what goes into the strategy of your different pieces?
Yeah, okay. So my process includes obviously on my TikTok I have like tons of requests. My like list of teams, it's got to be in like the 80s now, I think.
Wow.
Yeah, like I think I have like 80 verified requests and I only have like 50. Yeah, I have like 50 videos. So I still have like a long list across all sports. And right now, it's prime sports season. So it's very difficult. Step one is definitely picking a team. Like picking a team and then picking a player. So I pick my player. For example, last night I did Stephon Diggs of the Buffalo Bills. So yeah, so whatever. I was like, oh, the Bills commented. Let me look at Stephon. So then I have to do tons of like research on his face. Like I
Yeah.
look at like yeah, for a couple hours, I just look at pictures of Stephon Diggs. So that's what I was doing last night. I have to look at them, find a bunch of cool pictures, and then I have to like test them out on my computer. So that's like a whole process too. And then after I'm like prepared for my video, I have a studio downstairs that I made. So then yeah, so then I just have my cubes and my frame set up and all my cubes on the floor. I set up, I put my cubes looking all nice, set up my camera, and then the actual process starts. Like it takes me 3 hours to complete from first cube to last cube. And then I do like my cool little cuts and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I have to edit after. So yeah, then I have to like I put it into Adobe Premiere Pro and I have to do like the green screen is like the most important thing. I have a green screen. So like yeah, then I just like, I do the green screen, I do my voiceover, and then my video is ready.
Your voiceovers are so entertaining. Like, I feel like you just have a natural knack for entertaining.
Introducing the two-time NBA All-Star and the former 13th overall pick out of the University of Kentucky, Devin Booker! Devin Booker with a chance to win it. He stops, spins, and he got it! Wow!
Thank you, Terramana. One take.
Make sure to tag your favorite NBA teams and follow me for more videos.
So then, like, have you ever had a background in, because I feel like being an artist is one thing, but then successfully growing your name and brand is another thing, and you've done it so well. So have you ever been into the kind of like social media or in front of the camera type of thing, because you're so good at it?
Thank you so much. But honestly, no, I actually have zero experience as an artist and zero experience like when it comes to social media. I've never even like recorded videos of myself. When I started that, I was telling you, I started that pressure washing business. I tried to make some TikToks. I probably have like 5 TikToks, like on like 20 followers, but it was just me trying. Like I said, I was just trying new things, but I didn't go as hard as I am right now. And like in regards to being an artist, I never picked up, like I've never drawn anything for fun. We have like art 101 in high school. That's probably like the most I've ever done.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all like a process. It's just like picking up on one thing, being dedicated to it, and just learning over time. So now I don't doubt me at all. Like I'm definitely an artist now, but 5-6 months ago, I had no idea anything about art.
That is insane. So then, okay, you have done so many cool things. What has been your favorite event or thing you've gotten invited to go do?
Yeah, for sure. The favorite's definitely, I'll say 2 different things, but my favorite is the New York Red Bulls. The New York Red Bulls, their arena is only 15 minutes away from my house.
Wow.
So that was like really special for me. They purchased a commission off of me, and I did a live performance at Red Bull Arena for the Hudson Derby. That's like NYCFC versus the New York Red Bulls. So yeah, they invited me out to that game. They really took care of me. Like we discussed everything like a month in advance. We planned out everything. They gave me jerseys. They gave my friends jerseys.
Wow.
They set up this nice big banner on site. I was definitely like the biggest thing because they have like they call it the boulevard, like before, like the
Okay.
3 hour. Yeah, they have like a 3 hour event before kickoff with
Wow.
like a bunch of fans. You know, they come like whenever. So yeah, I was like performing. I made the Statue of Liberty live on the boulevard, but it was really cool because they purchased a Statue of Liberty, and we like did like a switch at the end. So I
Oh.
created my piece live of the Statue of Liberty, the same picture. I created it live, and then when I put the last cube, we like threw my frame and then took it like actually my finished piece, and you know, we took pictures with fans and everything.
That's so cool. That's
Yeah, that was
awesome.
that was definitely one of my favorites. Another favorite experience, even though it was much of a struggle, is very early on I flew out to Detroit, and I worked with 4 different teams in Detroit, 4 professional teams in like the matter of 3 or 4 days.
Wow.
And that was really amazing, but it was very difficult because I told you that was in like July.
Yeah.
So think about it, from the end of April to July,
You're
like
so new.
yeah,
So new.
yeah, I'm so new and I've never really worked with people in person. But yeah, I got flown out to Detroit and I worked with the Tigers, the Pistons, the Lions, and the Red Wings all in the same weekend.
That's
And that was,
crazy.
yeah, that was amazing. That was priceless experience.
Yeah. So before I let you go, let's talk about your other businesses and kind of like where you're at now with your life, because like you also tell people what your degree is, because you are so
Yeah.
smart. So like you just have so much going for you. So like what is your life looking like right now?
Yeah, so before, so we'll say like 6 months ago, I was strictly only Dylan Sadiq, and I go to Rutgers University for biomedical engineering. I'm getting an engineering degree.
So
I'm a
smart.
senior. Yeah, I'm a senior now. So yeah, that was definitely like the most important thing in my life. I took school very serious like my whole life. I'm a first generation college student, so like, you know, like my mom's never been to college. I have an older brother. He didn't go to college.
Mhm.
So I was the first one in the whole family. I was trying to figure it out myself. Because you know, you're always told that school is the best option for you. So
Yeah.
like, so yeah, I went to school. Engineering is insanely hard. That is not no joke at all. I still take my engineering classes while I'm making my cubes. During class, I'm solving Rubik's cubes. Um, but yeah, that's amazing. I want to work with, like, still I want to work with like amputees. I want to be a prosthetic engineer. So
Wow.
yeah, so I really hope that works out. That would be amazing. I always think like the reason I wanted to do that is because like working a job and having an income is great and all. You want your income to be high, like that's cool and all. But like when it comes to something like that, prosthetic engineering, it's like a priceless like feeling to help somebody that, like, you know, they're like disadvantaged like
Mhm.
on their everyday lives. They can't do simple tasks and stuff like that. Like, so for example, for my senior, I have like a senior design project. We're gonna work with like people that have cerebral palsy,
Oh wow.
and yeah, so cerebral palsy, like the biggest condition for it is like they have like very limited movement, and
Mhm.
most of them are in wheelchairs. So we're gonna work with like it's called Matheny, that's like the name of the company, and work with some cerebral palsy students, and like hopefully we could like help them do like I said, very simple tasks that we take for granted.
Yeah.
That's like our goal of the project. So maybe like pushing a button, calling for assistance, or like, you know, picking their arm up to pick something off the floor or something like that. That's very early stages right now, but that's like our plan for school. That's like my biggest part of school right now. But in other turns, so when it comes to my family, I told you I have an older brother. My older brother, we grew up together, you know, like we're like 4 years apart, so we always grew up together. And like I said, I was a little kid and I'm like, school is so important. And my brother was like, I don't like school, bro. Like, it's just not my thing. Yeah. So I never understood what he was talking about. But as I got older, he opened up his own business. He opened up his own business. He owns a car leasing company. So, and he started that when he was just 19 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, so he was 19. I was in high school and I'm seeing my older brother, you know, I'm thinking about college and stuff, and he's over here. He has a whole business, and he also does like exotic rentals too. Like we got into like exotic rentals. Um, but yeah, so as a small business owner, you can imagine you use all the help you could possibly need. So my brother really put me to work. Like
Yeah.
I used to really help him a lot. So I got a lot of hands-on experience. And that was definitely priceless. That really opens like your whole like mind.
Mhm.
like all the back end things, like what it takes, and like everything business related. So so yeah, so my brother still has that business. It's still very successful, and I help him still to this day all the time.
Wow.
Um, and that's like that became like something like really eye-opening for me. But I still went to college. I'm not like, don't get it wrong. Like I still went to college. I still focus on school. But
Yeah.
business, the world of business really opened in my eyes. I was like, wow, this is amazing. So he really inspired me. Like I said, during quarantine, I started my first business. I opened up my first LLC. Told you I had some money. I wanted to do something, and he is 100% like, it's because of him. So
Yeah.
he really helps me. So I started my first pressure washing business. It's called the College Cleaners.
I love
Yeah,
that. So
yeah,
on
yeah.
brand.
So the College Cleaners was my first business ever, and it was doing very well. I started I started March of 2021, but the like summer 2020 is when I was pressure washing with like his car pressure washer. I was pressure washing
Oh,
houses with his car pressure washer because we clean the cars with a pressure washer. So I tried. I was like, yo, on Facebook, like, hey guys, I have like a little pressure washer, and I was doing really well. People had like great like reactions. They were so grateful, and I was so confused because like I wasn't really doing much, and I wasn't like putting my heart into it. So the next summer, I really put my heart into it, and it was going great, and I was making money. I was having fun, and I had my own thing going.
I love
But
that.
then, yeah, 1 month later is when the college cuber really took over my whole life.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy. You just have the best work ethic, and I admire
Thank you.
it. So, where can people, or if there are any teams watching, I mean, I have a lot of followers that work for teams.
Yeah.
So, if people want to commission you and the College Cuber and have you come out and do something, like, how can they reach out to you and book you?
Yeah, of course. There's tons of ways to reach out to me. Of course, my social media, I'm on social media basically all day, every day. So any DMs on any platform, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, even Twitter. I also have my own website that I've been working on. There's like like
Oh,
tons of back end. I'm sure but there's tons
yeah.
of back end when it comes to social media. So now I'm a website creator too. Add that to the list. But yeah, I created my own website. So if you want to reach out on my website, I also have an email, a professional business email, Dylan at thecollegecuber.com. Check out my website. I'm going to be working on that probably like in an hour. So, but yeah, you can reach out to me any way like that.
That's awesome. Dylan, thank you for this interview. I'm so excited to finally like meet in person soon and do more
Yeah, of course.
content. But I
No,
just wanted to
seriously.
show people like how awesome you are and like the story behind what you do. So thank you
Yeah, of
for
course.
coming on, and
Thank you so much.
thank you everyone at home for watching. And yeah, have a great day, everyone.